Well, guys, in the last several weeks, I've had a bunch of you send these little nog locks to me. And the common complaint is you want to know, well, most of you are trying to entice me to chop them open and find out what's inside because you suspect this contains security pins. They're hard to pick for you. And I've got to tell you, I've picked these before, and I think I know what the problem might be for you guys, particularly you new pickers. A couple of tips here. You complain about this full of security pins and you can't figure them out. Well, when you look in here, let me grab a flashlight so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll turn it sideways. When you look inside of a lock and on the left, you see what appears to be, it's not really a pin. It has a flat bottom. And usually when you see a flat bottom, that really should trigger your spidey sense that you should start looking for a wafer lock. And it's either a single-sided wafer lock, like this one. You can see it has it on one side. If you see the same thing on the other side of the lock, you got a double-sided wafer lock. This is a single side. This one we do have keys. And again, if you got the luxury of being able to look at a key, the least you can do is count. And to be honest, these are all cut real high. It makes it a little difficult. There's either 6 or 7. I really can't tell. It really doesn't matter though. So you know you're dealing with a wafer lock. And this one, by the way, does work perfectly. And rotates about 45 degrees and you get an open. It is shielded, so we're not going to be able to shim it. If we could get past that overlap, it probably would be shimmable, but that's not going to be an option here. So we really have to go in from here. So let's take a look at wafer locks. There are no, I've never really run into any security wafers in inexpensive locks like this. Let's find a tensioner. I'm going to try to tension it from the top. And the reason I say that, one of your problems might be tensioning. If you grab, the typical tensioner and you just kind of slap him in the bottom there, you notice how he kind of cheats you of all your working space. So you really can't get at those wafers. So we're not going to use bottom. We're going to use top of the keyway. Let's find a nice thin one here. Try this guy. See if he's going to fit. Nope. Blue is my thinnest one. I'm sorry, yellow would be the thinnest one. Blue would work, I think. That will work. You know what will work better, I think? I'm going to do a recycle job. This is a Mad Bob's that broke. I use it for rotating discs and disc detainers, but he has a real fine tip on him, and it might even give me more working space in the top if he works. And he does. He kind of works. All right, so now we have all kinds of working space in the bottom. We got top of the keyway tensioning, and let's grab a pick. Nice and wide. I got a 25 thousandths and a medium hook. Now here's where a lot of beginners go wrong. When I was a beginner, I always applied too much tension. And when you do that with wafers, like on this one, the wafers bind up. And that might be leading you guys to believe this does contain security pins, as you guys word it. Let's assume they are wafers. So I'm going to apply moderate tension, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to use one of my favorite techniques for wafers, and that is you apply light to moderate tension. So I'm basically overcoming the spring tension on that core and then stopping. I'm going to take the tip of my pick and I'm just going to kind of drag him out 3 or 4 times while keeping my tension the same on that tensioner. Try not to drag your tensioner out. And believe it or not, very quickly, you're going to get an open on these guys. That went a little smoother than I thought. Let's lock him back up and try something a little different. All right, again, I'm going to use top of the keyway. Now, wafers, and they're really susceptible to what I call the rocking technique. So I'm going to use the same pick, except I'm going to use the back of it, shaped like the bottom of a rocking chair. I'm going to slide them in there. Again, light tension. Just overcome the spring tension and stop. Don't torque it down, otherwise this probably won't work. And then just kind of roll it along those wafers until they all will work themselves into place. There's no big secret to this. If you apply too much tension though, if you're really giving it some torque, or you use the wrong pick, or you use the bottom of the keyway tension, you don't have enough space and you got to put a short hook, you're probably going to think that they are security pins. They don't give any feedback, but they all bind, which is fairly typical. So if you can force them, and if you're lucky, you'll get, well, there you go. Didn't expect it, but you can get an open, but over-tensioning a wafer lock really is not the way to go. So pay attention, look into the keyway, take a look at that first. In this case, it's a wafer. It's got a flat tip on it. If it was pointed, then I would say look for security pins. But because it's flat, you're just probably over-tensioning. Don't be frustrated by these guys. And if you have a lock that you're unable to open, you don't, talk to me before you send it to me, because chances are the lock still has something to teach you. And those are the locks you want to keep around to practice on. Once you've conquered them, once you beat them and figured out the secret, then give it away to somebody. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal, stay healthy. Thanks, guys. All right, for those of you who have patiently sat through this beginner's course, I'm going to make it worth your while, guys. This week's giveaway is going to be the last Sparrows Disc Detainer pick that was donated to the Lock Club. I have no others. This is the final one, at least until they start producing these things, hopefully soon. Anyway, guys, the currently pricing is at $1 million. Anyway, this will be this week's giveaway. If you want to know how to register to win it, stick around. I'll tell you how to do it. Thanks, guys. All you need to do is navigate to locklab.com, the tribal website, and scroll down in the middle of the page. You'll see all the giveaway buttons, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But the one you're looking for is the Weekend Review giveaway, purple band. Just click on it. It'll take you to the registration page. Again, scroll to the bottom, put in a good email address, so if you win, I can get in touch with you, let you know. Put in a username, doesn't matter what it is, and click Submit. When you're done, you'll get a green check mark confirming your entry. Thanks, guys.